guys, welcome to our Sometimes Tuesday Paint-A-Palooza. We go live on Tuesdays whenever we have the time to paint whatever it is that we've sold and bought. So if you guys are new here, we have a store at JamieRayVintage.com and a physical location in Lehi, Utah. And every week we thrift items. And on Saturday, we have our thrift haul and things will say, will be painted, we'll get a makeover, whatever. And then those things that have sold that are not yet painted, we paint those typically on Tuesdays. So any paint products you see us use, you can pick up at JamieRayVintage.com. And if you want to see what items might be available to purchase, you can also go under Thrift Finds and Thrift Flips on JamieRayVintage.com.
So I had a little fun with this video title. I named it, I think, Hooks, Knobs, and Painting Chickens.
That's definitely what we're doing here. I'm using Provincial. That's in cottage color. Has a built-in sealer. It's going on a little thin because I just washed this brush, so my brush is wet, thinning out the paint. But I'll get it on here, dry it, do another coat, and then probably a white dry brush to make this look a little bit like stone.
I might have to go... Ooh, that stool's coming apart.
These stools are...
Needs glue. I might have to go get a... my drill, because that's a lot of screws.
Yeah, that's why I pushed it over to your side. I was like, I don't want to remove those by hand. And we will show you guys some things that we did on channel membership. We had some fun. I did paint inlays, which I'm going to do more paint inlays on this video. But I did something different where I did a paint inlay and then I layered on a transfer over the top of it for like a mixed media look. And it came out pretty fun. So I'm excited about that.
We also still have our mess out here from earlier.
Yeah, that's why we always do Paint-A-Palooza.
Let's just go live right after.
Yeah, a lot of times, after this, we might even paint more things for the end of Thursday's video, depending on what time. Let's see, it's 12. Probably go live till about 1:30. So yeah, maybe we'll work on that too. We like to kind of, if the mess is out, painting thrift flips, we just like to make use of having the drop cloth out. You need that t-shirt, the Junk and Air t-shirt. We actually sell them.
So they're about to be discontinued, or at least
yeah,
go on
for a bit. Let me see if Caitlin
we have a bunch. Like we have a bunch in stock. I haven't worn this one for a long time because I got paint on it and I used to just wear it out, but I'm like, it's paint shirt now. Yeah, we'll have some
I'm going to be making some new merch, so
yep.
I am going to have Caitlin mark down the Junk and Air, the I Love Junk, and the Lehi shirts that we carry half off because I want to create new stuff. So to create new stuff, I got to sell off the old inventory. So give it a minute. Caitlin will get that done at some point today, and then we'll probably send out a push notification on the Jamie Ray Vintage app once those items have been marked down. So if you guys have not downloaded the Jamie Ray Vintage app, it's free. It's a great way to shop, a great way to stay notified. We try to send texts for things, but texts are expensive. And so a lot of times we'll send pushes about things that you will not be getting a text for. And you also have to make sure you have notifications turned on. And the app works on Android and Apple devices.
Just making sure these are even when you're doing resin. Probably the most important part of it is making sure you have equal sides of the side A and the side B. And it's labeled on the bottle.
Are you putting molds on that hook?
I'm going to put a mold right here to cover this hole where the screw was.
Oh, I thought you were moving that down. You moved it up.
I didn't move it at all. I might move it down still, but I'm going to get this poured.
Okay. I see.
I have the wild berries mold out. That's what we're doing. I got to go get my screwdriver.
Jory says, good afternoon from snowy Michigan.
Yeah,
we have snowy. Pretty great weather out here. I'm not going to complain. I mean, it's not great for the reservoirs that we haven't had snow, but it's great for Jamie Ray because I do not like snow or cold, and I don't have control over the weather, but I can also enjoy the weather I'm given. So I've been enjoying although it's overcast today, but it's still not super cold. I think it's going to rain, possibly a little bit of snow, but not much. The next couple of days. But we're going to be in the 50s for like the next 10 days. We have a pretty big swing though. Like we'll be 50s during the day and then we'll be like low 30s in the night. In the summer, we can have like a 30 to almost 40 degree swing some days in our weather, which actually in the summer is very nice because then if you want to get outside before it gets hot, you really can. hold on, I'm texting Caitlin. On the I Love Junk, Junkenaire, and the existing Lehigh shirts, there will not be any restock. So once we're out, we're out. Hold on. I'm going to have Keziah inventory the shirts and stuff just to make sure that what we have is correct, because we're not going to reorder them. Now, there may be some that say similar things, but they'll be different styling, different font, whatever. We've just had those for, gosh, 3 years since we moved into the shop. 4 years almost. The I Love Junk ones we've had even longer, and I need something new. I'm getting tired of it. Okay, one coat on here. Let's get this heat gun out. Lori says, in for another winter weather advisory. And Mary says, hey, Zeb, I'm still smelling the leather like a dog. If you don't know what we mean, when we are looking for items to flip, we smell the leather, see if it is a leather item or if it's fake leather.
Yeah, you got to smell it. It's the rules.
We had some pretty chilly weather in California, and it's going to be in the 70s this week, but it's all right because I know how to deal with cold weather. Lots of layers, and I made sure to pack extra pair of leggings to put under my pants at night when it cooled off.
It wasn't super crazy. It was mostly just cold and wet for a little bit, but because it rained a lot on us Thursday, like pretty much all day Thursday we got rain. We had ponchos, like nice ponchos.
Guys, my clock sold. If you watched yesterday, I missed a whole comb. Nobody was telling me that it's drippy over here. My clock sold yesterday from yesterday's video with all the transfers on it. That I am not used to having to do so many transfers on one project, and so about halfway through, I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore.
And then it sold within a day, and she's like, that's the fastest I think we've ever sold a big painted clock. I'm gonna have to do this on all the clocks now.
I stepped outside of my comfort zone. It did turn out very, very cute. And I literally used every last transfer that I had. It was the Wild Bloomin' transfer, and I used all of them.
Well, I thought I mixed up enough, but maybe I did not.
Whew. Taking my shoes off. I don't know why I'm so well wearing shoes. My toes were not meant to be in shoes. How do you think your feet fared with your new shoes you got for Valentine's Day?
They're awesome.
I got Zeb some On Clouds, which we've both worn On Clouds before. I'm always very particular. I wore On Clouds to Disney too, but mine are made for tennis, so they have a harder sole.
And mine are running, and they were magical. They're like basically foam.
And they were okay, but they weren't as cushiony as I've been wearing like some Hokas or Hokas, however you pronounce it, and some On Clouds. So I actually ordered a new pair of On Clouds today because I was like, I need shoes that are comfy for major walking days. Now I'm probably not going to be doing that kind of walking for a while, but you know, whatever. I'll be prepared.
You don't really wear shoes that much. Oh, of course. Not going to be able to get in there because of this knob.
The only trips we have coming up planned are we will be in California April 10th and 11th for an event at Debbie's DIY a Go-Go headquarters. Caitlin will have that hopefully up today if you guys want to sign up. It's going to be a morning of junking at Kobe's swap meet with me and Zeb, and Debbie will be there. And then we are going to take you guys back with your finds, go back to Debbie's shop, go through them with you guys, help you figure out what, if anything, you might want to do to make them over, and answer all of your burning questions about junking in general. And then if you want to, there's going to be lots of things going on at Debbie's shop. So we have the first class, and then Sally from IOD and Debbie are going to do an open bar, meaning all of Debbie's IOD will be out for you guys to practice and play with, and then they'll be answering your questions, helping you with projects. Then Saturday, Dion has a couple classes. And everybody's selling tickets to their own class, so you don't have to pay for the whole weekend. If you just want to come see Zeb and I, then you could just pay for that. If you just want to see Dion, you can pay for that. If you're not seeing us, don't tell me. Why do you gravitate towards resin rather than the clay?
It dries for the live
faster.
stream.
A clay in the summer. Now, here's the thing. In the summertime, you'll probably catch me using clay more because I could throw it outside and it dries really fast. In the wintertime, clay dries slower and we're in a hurry. The other reason why sometimes I'll use resin over clay is if I want a very detailed, you're going to get the most crisp details that won't get any kind of smush with resin. I like clay if I'm going around a very curved surface that is easier. I like clay if I want it to look hand carved and not so plasticky and perfect. So it just depends. Kathy says, I'm a socks girl at home and Hoka is the rest of the time. I'm barefoot except for in the winter. That's the other reason why I don't love winter weather is because my feet have to be in toe prisons all day. I'd much rather be barefoot. In the summertime, my feet get so bad because I do not wear shoes 90% of the time, inside, outside, or otherwise. A lot of times I'll have my Birkenstocks and I throw them in the car in case I have to get out of the car somewhere, but I don't even have shoes on then. I love the colors I bought. So I just ordered more. Yay, Tracy. Transfers and molds, they're all great. Yeah, so much fun. I'm trying to do some more things. I'm going to be using DIY paint here in a little bit. The other day, if you watched me, was it Wednesday? I was trying to put a inlay. Yeah, I think it was Wednesday. Into
I can't be responsible
color.
for what happened last week.
And DIY paint is really the easiest to put inlays into. Transfers, I think, work best on cottage color because of the built-in sealer. But you can really use whatever, but I like to use the path of least resistance. Okay, that's dry. Lloyd Thomas says, I'm so glad you told us what open bar means in the craft world. You know what? I don't even know if Debbie's going to call it an open bar. That's just what I'm calling it. I don't even drink, and I know what an open bar is. Like when you go to a wedding and the bar's open, it means all the drinks are free. So that's what she's going to allow you guys to use all of her IOD supplies.
It should be fun. Is it 25 years for her? Well,
last year was 25 years and she had the move and stuff, so she didn't do anything. So she's celebrating her 25 years, celebrating the new store, christening it with an event. It's how she gets me to do events is she has events because I don't like to host events.
She has like a grand opening or something.
And I actually may have an event coming up in August. We'll see. We have, and at least for the city, we have an event coming up.
They actually told us we didn't have to do anything for that.
Yeah, the city.
Like, you can really just kind of show up and let us in and make sure the building looks nice. Which it kind of does that on its own. It does need some work. I gotta do some trim around some stuff, finish siding on the barn. I mean, it'll be a busy summer for me getting ready for that to make it look tip top. But
yeah. Lehigh Historical Society is going to put a Lehigh big plaque in our front yard at the shop. We're on the National Register already, but this is going to be the Lehigh. The whole city comes out. They put it in our little newspaper. Yeah, it is her 60th birthday too, but she's not celebrating that. You might see her celebrating that with not seeing her for a month because she gets a facelift. Because I do know that Debbie did want to get a facelift for her 60th. I'm kind of curious to see how that works out because I've seen some pictures and I'm like, ooh, that looks painful. I always say, oh, maybe when I'm 60, I'll get a facelift. But now I'm like, maybe I'll just get some face cream.
Okay. What was your plan on this?
I
got it apart. I did my part.
Awesome. I could paint it.
Okay.
Whatever. I usually put like transfers on it, but I'm worried. You know what transfers would be good? I got the Saint Germain.
Oh, so not painting it?
No, we can. Well, do you think we could stick a transfer directly to that?
No, I've tried that a couple times recently and it hasn't been my friend.
All right. Do a dry brush in plaster, like a very, very heavy dry brush.
Okay.
Plaster's over there. There's one can that's got a little bit left. And then we'll try to use the Saint Germain transfer on it because the Saint Germain transfer is kind of spindly. So it works well to put all over without having too big elements. PJ says she had a facelift. It was painful, but worth it.
Oh.
And Lori says, Debbie's 60. She looks great. Well, little known fact, Debbie has had her whole face laser resurfaced. I mean, she looks great for her age anyways. But she did get, maybe that's why I'm traumatized. Debbie, I didn't show hardly anybody when she got it because laser resurfacing is wild. But she showed me after a few days. I was like, oh my gosh. But I do remember we went to Vegas to go to a clothing show together. And even Zeb was like, oh my gosh, her skin looks amazing. I
mean, I didn't really say it like that.
That is what you said, but not with the diva accent. But you did say her skin looked amazing.
What I said was, it looks great.
Yeah.
I don't get excited about a lot of things. But
you did notice.
Like I get excited about things, but I don't get like over the top, like excited about stuff. Like rarely ever. I'm trying to think of a time.
I don't begrudge whatever people want to do. It is funny when people get all up in arms about like Botox and stuff, but yet they color their hair and they get their nails done. I'm like, and they wear makeup. I'm like, you do stuff to yourself to make yourself look different than you wake up. So I don't want to hear it. If you're aging gracefully, you don't do any of that. Or maybe you do, because that's how you age gracefully. Like whatever makes you happy, I don't care.
All right, so pretty much
maybe
one
I'm not supposed
dip.
to tell people she wants to have a facelift, so maybe don't tell Debbie I said that.
I don't think
it's only me and 479 of my closest friends.
She really needs to embrace the fact that if she tells you, you're going to forget that you're not supposed to tell people stuff.
I do keep some secrets. I don't think that it's a secret. She'll probably make a video on it if she does. I mean, Tracy says, as a nurse, people have great results from laser resurfacing, but you do look like a burn victim and have to stay inside.
That is probably the best way to describe it.
Yeah, you do have to stay inside. And that's the thing is I don't stay inside. I do get micro needling done, which is definitely not the same. But I only do it in the winter because I'm not outside as much. In the summer, you're not going to catch me spending 2 weeks inside. I'm getting all that sunshine.
She can't waste 2 of her 8 weeks.
Yeah.
Where it's like warm enough for her to be outside without a jacket.
When you get out of the pool.
Because by the time we hit June, because May has cold days, April has really cold, rainy days.
When you get out of the pool and it's not cold, that's glorious to me. That's like the best weather. And I wear sunblock on my face every day. Like Jamie ain't leaving the house without I have a tinted moisturizer, which is all I wear on my face, except for a little concealer under my eyes, but I don't wear foundation. And that tinted moisturizer has SPF in it. Leslie says, my daughter has rosacea and gets fade. Oh, yeah, she gets fade laser to help get rid of the rosacea. Yeah, I've heard of that. I probably should start like another account for like the beauty stuff because not everybody cares about that. But I'm probably not gonna. I do want to do a video to show you guys how I do my hair. Because I guess the video last week or the week before, I had my sleepy tie in and Zeb filmed me. And I had a lot of questions on it. And I do think the sleepy tie.
Now, when we say a lot, like every other question for the last week has been like, hey, what's that thing in your hair?
Yeah.
You look like a milkmaid from the Alps.
Let me see if I can find my face lotion. I'll tell you. It's not cheap, but it lasts me about 6 months. So I feel like it's reasonable.
All right.
I just reordered it.
You can still kind of see some of that wood grain in there. Very light dry brush. Once we get transfers and the hooks back on, any streakiness that's on there, maybe a light distress, you're not even going to know. What transfer did you want to do? You got a bunch of them out here.
Brand is Elastin. Can I text you and it'll come up on this or no? Trying to figure out. I could probably put it. Where'd the question come from? Oh, Toby. I'll put it on YouTube. I can do that from my phone. What did you ask me, Zeb?
You could text me and the messages come up right here.
Does it?
Yeah.
Let me see.
Although I don't know why this says Jamie Ray on the corner. I don't like that.
Oh, I didn't do that. Because then it blocks the whole corner.
Yeah.
Is it going to pop up? I don't see it popping up.
Oh, yeah, that's right here.
Oh, okay.
Let
me do this first, and then you can screw around with that.
So it should be on the top.
Perfect. Look at me learning how. Caitlin's not on here, so I got to do things myself. All right, I am linking my Amazon link to.
She didn't hear me ask what transfer she wanted to do. She was Busy getting you guys links.
What transfer do you want?
What, you have a ton of transfers. What do you want on there?
I told you earlier, I want the Saint Germain.
Oh, I missed that.
I had a whole conversation about how it's leggy. Did that link work okay for you? Let me know if that link came through, the Amazon one. That is what I use. It's my tinted moisturizer. I like it a lot. I used to wear a lot of cakey makeup and it did not look good on camera, but I have to wear some makeup on camera and that one seems to work well. And in the summertime, I'll use just that.
Saint Germain, we're going to put that on these hooks.
I have literally only painted this rooster. Sorry, guys.
It's okay.
It's taken multiple coats. I'm going to heat gun it and then I'll dry brush it.
Think of this as like a, it's more of a podcast that we film.
Debbie doesn't film from up high as often as she used to. I have got her to bring her camera down.
Everything used to be like an above shot.
I don't know if what I put up is for sensitive skin, but I would say it's not like highly fragranced and it doesn't have anything that seems to be too chemically in it. I actually use that same brand.
If you're ever worried about it, usually reviews will.
Yeah, I've never had a problem with it.
Like if it's a good product and it has high ratings and lots of reviews, people will tell you all about why they love it.
So search for orders. Let me show you the eye cream that I use. This eye cream lasts about 6 months too. I have it. I got it on auto ship with Black Friday, so I get a good price on it. I want to do a new face wash and serum that my apothecary makes, but I haven't gotten around to that. Our skincare line, the skincare stuff we have at the shop is really, really good too. It's very, very clean. Okay. Now I can do all kinds of things. All right, here's my eye cream coming at you. Same brand. And then I promise to stop being an influencer and dropping links. Oh, what did I do?
Go down to the bottom. Go to the blue one. Oh no, the Google one.
Oh, we're there. Okay. Let's see. Copy. Okay, I think I got it. Okay, here's my eye cream. This thing, I literally.
Oh no.
This eye cream, you use like half a pump, okay? Half a pump. And when it's all out, you screw off the lid and then you take your Q-tip and you get out, use every drop. If you have any left on your fingers, put it any other place that you might want a little plumping. And I swear by this stuff, even though I don't swear. My sister, we have hereditary bags under our eyes and people would always tell me, you look tired all the time. And my esthetician recommended that eye cream. And I started using it. My sister started using it after Black Friday. And I showed Deb a picture and she's like, you were like, yeah, I can tell. Like her eyes are so much less poofy and less dark circled. And she's a nighttime nurse.
We're going to have to pivot. We just lost that piece of the transfer. This is going to need full coverage. It was not sticking well enough to the wood because it was thin. And then like the paint came right on up. With the transfer, so
yeah, you can put whatever you want over your. If it's been stamped, you can paint it with cottage color and put transfers on it. If you've stamped it.
So this is why the live streams are fun because you guys get to see us pivot in real time.
Sorry, Toby, that they're now. She goes, now I have them both in my cart. I think they're really, really good. And they probably, they're a high enough end brand. They probably have some sort of like guarantee. You might want to check on their website or whatever if you don't like it. I've never wanted to return anything from them, so I haven't had a problem.
Okay, more paint was needed. That transfer, when I pressed on with the stick, I wasn't even pressing hard and the paint was just pulling up because the paint wasn't sticking. This may have been waxed or something before. That's kind of, you run that risk when you get something from the thrift store Like you don't know what someone else has done to it, what kind of finishes or oil might be on it.
Zeb, what transfer are you using?
This is Saint Germain.
Saint Germain. Let me grab that.
And I ruined half a sheet just now.
Why did you do?
It wasn't sticking.
Oh,
it needed a lot more paint
on there, huh?
Yeah, had something on it.
Okay, you might want to put more coats than that on there. Let's see, IOD transfers. There she is.
Jamie's gonna drop this link for you guys. Usually Caitlin's doing this, but she's not home, so
if you have a link that's not working, let me know what link it is, and I'll try to drop it again.
So Jamie is running the show over there.
Jamie and Caitlin at the same time. Which also means I probably won't get as much done, but that's all right. That's all right. We got to paint some stuff for the end of Thursday's video anyways, so whatever I don't get done, I'll separate myself. That's why when people are like, you look so much younger than you used to. I'm like, yeah, because I was building a business and broke and I used bar soap on my face and that's it. That's just life, you know. Sometimes
that's all I use on my face, but I also shave on a regular basis, which is like a super exfoliating process.
I don't know why I'm being so fussy about this. It's gonna get dry brushed, but I'm gonna call it after this.
Me too. This is my last coat of paint on here, and then we'll try again.
But anyways, yeah, when I was building a business and had young kids at home and all those kinds of things, I didn't have time or any extra money for anything for myself. Maybe people are different. I was like, I wonder why I didn't dress cuter when I was younger. I'm like, that's why I was busy dressing my kids. I had 5 kids. We didn't have a ton of money, and we were crushed, like working around the clock to grow our business. Vivian says, I adore shabby chic. Yay! Did you watch the video on Monday? I thrifted so many shabby chic items. You're going to see a lot of Rachel Ashwell inspired stuff because that's what I'm really into. And it's what I have always loved. Like, I was a Waverly girl. I've loved shabby chic. I remember when Target first came out with her line. And so I'm just like, I'm going to really focus on what I love. What are you doing?
I'm trying to get rid of that.
The Jamie Ray vintage. It's a banner. Click these 3 bars right there.
Yeah, it didn't.
Okay, don't do that.
Yeah, it wasn't what I thought it was. Keep working.
I'm going to try to help you.
I'll get it right here. I got it.
I didn't do that.
Someone did it. It's never on.
Have you given prices? Yes. So it's $99 for our class. I don't know. I think Dion's class is $120. I don't know what Debbie's charging for her class. And Dion, I think, has 2 classes. But our class is going to be Friday morning, is going to be $99. And Caitlin is getting that up with the schedule of everything on there. But we are each selling just the tickets for the classes we're teaching. That way people can do a la carte, right? Like if you don't want to spend $300 for the weekend, you just want to do 2 classes, have some time off, go to the beach, whatever, then you can pick and choose what you want to do. Take a nap. It also allows us, like, basically it's just covering our expenses for the trip. So it allows everybody that's coming to cover their own expenses for the trip, which I wasn't expecting it. I was just going to come and support Debbie when I bought my plane ticket. I wasn't expecting to earn money and teach a class, but she really wanted to. And so that's what we're doing. Because the last time she had a grand opening, we just flew out there.
Okay. Try number 2. We'll see how this goes. If this doesn't work, I will stencil or stamp it. Sometimes you just get something up under the paint and it doesn't want to play nice. And I have no idea. Someone could have like furniture polished or oiled this. Could have wax on it. You just don't know.
Kathy says, I love shabby chic too. All the pretty florals. PJ says Waverly was my favorite. Me too. I'm having so much fun getting back into the florals. Vivian says, I have 5 children. I know what it's like. So will done to you from the business point of view. Thank you. And yeah, for sure. Lori said that when you lose weight, sometimes you start to feel better. I definitely think that I am more into clothes just because I'm feeling a little bit more confident about the way I look. I mean, I've always liked clothes, but I had to buy a new wardrobe because I literally fit in absolutely nothing. When you lose, wait till I lose 60 pounds?
Yeah, about 60.
60 pounds, which I was like 180. So that's like a third of my body weight. Is that right?
Yeah.
That's a lot. Like nothing fit. So I had to buy all new clothes. And I waited quite a while to do so just to see if it was going to stick around.
This is working.
Oh, Marie bought your bunny box and she's going to
Hey.
use it as a display. I've got another bunny I'm doing. I think Nadine bought this one.
The bunny box was fun because it was just kind of, I was just like, what can I find that's going to be like fun to flip, but also like something we don't do every day.
And the brush.
Yep.
Finally, the chicken has been painted in a base coat. This is very detailed. So we're just going to dry brush it and then I'm going to be done. I'm going to move on from the chicken.
I was just trying to give it some spring vibes, not Halloween vibes on that little tote box.
And we would have even painted this. I love the polka dots, but it was cracked. So we glued it back together and we covered it and now we're fixing it with paint. What is the under eye gel? It is elastin. I think I booked it above. Let me try to drop it for you again. The nice thing about my Amazon links, and guys, I'm going to, oops, how do you get back to the live comments? Oh, comments, there we go.
Right there.
The nice thing about Amazon is if you click from one of my links, even if you don't buy that item, here's the eye cream. Let me type it in there. Caitlin's so much better at this than me. Then anything else you buy in your cart, we like make a small commission for. So then it like helps support us sharing links to things. Oh, I don't think I did that right. Oh my gosh, I am not good at this. Hi, my name is Jamie. This is my first day on the job. All right, there you go. Okay. Oh, 5 kids and 2 still in ortho. Yes. I have braces, which mine were paid off many years ago. Long story there. And then I have 2 other kids in braces. Redrick's, I think, are almost paid off. Jack's about to get them. Zeb has had braces. Like both Zeb and I have also had to pay braces for ourselves because we didn't have braces growing up. Mine was a vanity standpoint. Zeb, his parents just didn't know he needed them. I didn't want to have braces in high school, and so I just had my gap filled, but I was wearing down my teeth in the front, and it like thin, and they're like, you're going to have no teeth up front if you don't fix your overbite. So that's why I had braces, but I tried Invisalign and it gave me a lisp, and then I just never wore it. I got them put on in 2019. We're now in 2026. That tells you how much I did not wear my Invisalign, and I'm about to get these off. So somebody asked how I lose weight. I think I did a post on it on social media. I went to see a hormone doctor because I have thyroid problems and hormonal issues. And I got on supplements. I got on a natural thyroid medication called Armor. She told me what I should be eating and exercising. So there's a lot of that involved. And then I went on a tirzepatide, which is Manjaro is what the original medicine is. It's like for diabetes, but it can also help with weight loss. And so that also helped my cholesterol. I was supposed to go on a statin for my cholesterol, and now I don't need that. And in my family, diabetes is very prevalent. If you are heavier and past your 40s and 50s, we get diabetes. So this is kind of a preventative for that. But I highly suggest you got to see a doctor and tell them what your problems are. Get lots and lots of blood work done, and that will help you out. If you're not getting enough blood work done, you can't like see the whole picture. But it's not like there's not a miracle drug, because I know a lot of people that have gone to GLP-1 and have not had success with it or as much success. It's like a full, like everything together. And a lot of people are like, oh, using a GLP-1 is cheating. I promise you it is not. Because after a while,
you could go spend like thousands of dollars on a diet plan and like the food that the plan says to use, or you can eat a little better and take that. And
eat less. But you also have to train yourself to stop when you're satisfied. because there's a lot of people, they do GLP-1s, then it stops making them not hungry as much, and they don't have any self-discipline, and then it doesn't work anymore. So there you go. I take a maintenance dose, like a half dose every 2 weeks, but everybody is different. And people are like, oh, well, you have to be on the rest of your life. If you're diabetic, you have to be on diabetes medication. If you have high cholesterol, which mine was in the 300, guys, it was bad. You have to be on a statin the rest of your life. And statins are not great for you. Anybody that's been on them, if you have any kind of joint pain, it makes it worse. So there, we'll get back to my regularly scheduled programming. Here is my painted rooster. I think it turned out pretty cute. This is provincial with a plaster dry brush that has a built-in sealer. And that means that this is now done. I don't have to do anything else. All right, I'm going to show you guys what I did earlier before I get going on these two platters. Did I post the plumping eye cream? Yep. If you go back to Eunice, scroll back and it says eye cream and it's on there. Let me know if you can't find it. And I'm not somebody who tries new stuff all the time. Like I've probably been using this eye cream, what, 3 years?
Oh, it's been a while. It lasts you a long time.
Yeah, the face stuff, the tinted moisturizer, it's probably been only 1.5 years. So these are my paint inlay projects from earlier. This is crinoline and florography and clear wax. And then this is crinoline. Oh, good, Caitlin's on here. And florography in the back. And then I decided to use this from Ephemeral Melange, this transfer. And so I did a layered look, which I've not done this before. You could probably do a similar thing if you did a stamp too. So stamp on in black behind it.
You should show them the stamps I did. We don't do a ton of stamping.
But anyways, these were both paint inlays. Paint inlays work best in DIY paint. The original clay-based DIY paint. I'll show you these pots Zeb got finished earlier. What stamps did you use?
So I used the typeset and Velveteen.
Didn't you also use the new one?
Oh, apothecary labels and
Velveteen. This one has emblems on it.
No, I didn't use emblems. That's
Oh,
out of that one is out of Velveteen.
Okay, and then there's these ones. These are all stamped.
This is going to be fun. Hold on. I had a catch in my throat all morning and it won't go away.
Lori says, beauties, when you do the layering, it really is gorgeous. Thank you. Eunice, I did put the eye cream on there. Caitlin, can you scroll back and grab the eye cream link since you're on here now and drop that again? Yeah, they need different things stamped different ways. So those pots are clay, so they absorb the paint and the stamps differently than, let's say, like wood absorbs it differently than clay. So they all look kind of different. Depends on what it is. Oh, hey, Delissa. All right, I got these two done. Actually, you know what? I'm going to work on this bunny box and then I'll go to these because all these need is a transfer. Okay. Where's my bag?
Sometimes I get nervous like I'm cutting through two transfers.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully that's the right one.
I've done that a time or two. Okay, back to petticoat pink. Where's my bag? Oh, the eye cream says unavailable. Well, is it sold out? Oh, yeah. Sorry, guys. You'll have to add it to your list. You probably could also go like by a place that does like Botox and has skincare. They might carry it too. This is going to be a pain in the butt when I have to put sealer on it to get it down in here. But I'm using DIY paint because it's easier to get the inlay on. thanks. PJ says looking good. I don't know what they're talking about with Lori, something about start over. And then Karen said she lost 171 pounds, was constantly buying new clothes. Yeah, when you first start losing weight, I bought a lot of things that could go like stretch either way with me for a while. Kind of like a lot of leggings, a lot of oversized sweatshirts, things like that. But I've been the same weight now for like a year and a half. So I'm pretty well set up where I used to be. The brand of the eye cream is Alastin, Alastin. You might be able to find it if the Amazon is showing that it's sold out. You might be able to find it through Ulta too. I probably need to be better about like having an Amazon storefront. And then I have an LTK where I post links to clothes on, and I need to do I need to do like a skincare routine there, and then I can link everything there. So it just makes it easier. The problem is finding the time in which to do so. I feel like I have less time. That's always
the thing, like always the time.
I've been editing all of our videos, and so I have like it cuts into other things, but then Zeb's able to do things that he needs to do. I feel like we've been a little bit better in productivity since I've been editing the videos because Zeb does other things.
Well, when I'm doing videos, I'm doing videos.
Yeah. Yeah, when I'm doing videos, I'm doing like 8 things at once though. When I'm doing a video, you can bet there's going to be some laundry going, the dishwasher's running. I'm going to take a pause. Like yesterday,
well, here's the thing. When I'm not doing videos, I'm usually not home.
Yeah. When I was editing yesterday, I realized we needed groceries. So I took a 5-minute pause. And instead of going to the store, I DoorDashed our groceries from the grocery store and was able to get those in. And then I had to take a break when they came in to get them put up. Our video was also 2 hours late, but that was not my fault. I needed to finish it with Zeb.
Well, I had to go pick up Eliza from the airport yesterday, and there was a fatality on the highway, and we got stuck sitting for like an hour.
Yeah, he was gone for like 2.5, almost 3 hours total. So I was like, literally, like I edited the video, then I'd go paint some stuff, and while the paint was drying, I'd edit what I had just filmed. Because if I would have waited till I was all the way complete to get that video edited and hadn't done it in steps like that, the video would not have got up at all. And I was just praying that I didn't screw anything up, because sometimes if you don't sit down and do something all at once, sometimes things get screwed up or you miss things. So I was like, please don't let there be any weird sounds or issues with this video. I didn't have time to go back and like double check it.
The dog's barking.
Yeah, or like so we have to use editing software for our sounds, and sometimes it just makes weird blurbs. But nobody commented or complained, so I'm assuming it was all right. Leslie says she DoorDashed Thai food. Oh, yum. I also DoorDashed myself some lunch too. It's like, do you want a double dash? And I was like, yes, I would like a burrito. There's a local Mexican restaurant that I really love, and so I ordered a burrito. And I don't know if I told you, but I got a pint of their salsa.
You did not tell me that.
It's in the fridge. So if you want chips and salsa.
From La Fontaine?
Mm-hmm. Vicky's been making bunnies like crazy. That's awesome. Yeah, I think this bunny is going to be so cute. I'm doing everywhere but the sides because I'm going to, I need to cut this in half. I've got this paint inlay, which I think is going to be really pretty. We did, I did those little plaques with an inlay on them in black, and I really liked it over the petticoat pink. So I'm kind of recreating that look here.
So this is coming off. If you're just joining, we had a little trouble earlier. There was something on this board underneath, and it's coming off, but I'm having to work a little harder than normal at it. It's still being a little finicky. So just be aware of that when you're thrifting something. If you don't know what finish may be on there, you may prepare to be surprised.
But it's working okay on this, right?
Yeah. It's going down.
Cottage color is the great equalizer.
I had to do basically 3 coats. It's still making me work for it, but at least we're not wasting transfers now.
Leslie says she's new where she moved and she needs a new taco burrito place.
Oh, that's like the hardest thing. Like we spent like 4 years trying to find Mexican places we liked, and then we still didn't. We were like, we're from Arizona, so we're like,
Well, the place we go isn't
we did find some.
Isn't lights out, but I really love their chili burrito. It's really good. So what I do, Leslie, is I go on my Maps app on my Apple phone and I type in like Mexican restaurant and it shows you what's close. But then I click on it and I see how many stars it has. I only will eat at places that are over 4.5 stars if I haven't been there before. And then I also read the reviews to see if the reviews are recent or old, because it could be reviews from a long time ago saying it's good and it may not be as good anymore. And that's how I find all of the places that we eat when we're out of town too. I'm in charge of being the cruise director wherever we go, which is good because Zeb doesn't really care as long as he gets good food.
I don't care. There's like we were at Disneyland and they're like, what ride do you want to ride? We haven't ridden anything. Like, you haven't said you wanted to go do this ride. I'm like, I've loved all these rides we've been on. They're great.
We are riding the submarine ride next time.
Okay.
We did not ride it because
I actually do have opinions on that. I would prefer not to ride that ride.
Yeah. Nobody but me likes it. And we didn't ride it. And the time we were going to ride it, the line was longer, and it's really not worth waiting half an hour for. But it's nostalgic for me. That's why I like it.
Okay, I got to add a few flowers in. I had these big swags, both of them.
Says she doesn't like the submarine ride either. Well, that's rude.
It's because it smells like a wet dog in there.
I love it. I actually wish it was the original OG submarine ride.
That was over
cheesy as all get up with the mermaids and everything.
But that was over where they didn't have it there in that same place. Yes, they did.
Boy, they sure did. My friend that was with us, she has not been to Disneyland that much, and she's like, "How do you know where everything is here without looking at a map?" Like, because first of all, I have a semi-photographic memory when it comes to stuff like that. But second of all, I've been to Disneyland like 35 times in my life, and I'm not kidding. It's not an exaggeration. I used to go at least once a year growing up, sometimes twice a year. I went with like school groups and stuff. And then my kids have gone quite a bit, especially when we lived in Arizona. And I'm 43. So 35, maybe I've been 30 times. That would be a more realistic number because there were some years we didn't go.
But there were also some years we went 2 or 3 times when the kids were little. Because that's the best time to take them, when it's like everything's magical and they think the Disney characters that they're seeing on TV and stuff are now real.
Caitlin says she saw the original when they drained the old ride. That was creepy. That was creepy. I remember that. And Delissa says, I know you all get this all the time, but I really appreciate you showing up all the time. She needs her daily dose of Jamie Ray vintage. Thank you. Ferris wheel. Disney, are you talking about like a California Adventure? Is that called a Ferris wheel?
Yeah.
I actually don't like that one. It's too big and
it slides, and she doesn't like
the
heights.
slidey part.
And when Harrington was younger, we went on that, and he almost got us going like where you could almost be upside down, and we were really high, and we don't go on it much.
All right. I think I'm gonna have to heat gun this a little bit and do a second coat, and then put the inlay in it. So
I'm piecing a few of these together on here because my flowers on this side that I chose are a little spindly, so I'm working some parts in. They don't look bad. They're just not as thick, and it's looking off balance to me.
PJ, the tirzepatide is good, but I'm no longer taking like a weight loss dose, just a maintenance. It is amazing how many people have opinions about that. And I'm like, can you imagine if somebody's like, oh, you take diabetes medication? You know you're going to have to be on that for the rest of your life.
Thyroid medication?
No, thyroid medication, diabetes, whatever. That's actually worked. Caitlin says she actually ended up loving the swinging Ferris wheel. Nadine says she doesn't like Dumbo nor the teacup. Nadine, if you follow me on Facebook, I put a picture of me on the teacup ride.
She rode by herself.
I don't mind the teacup ride as long as nobody's spinning it.
Here's the problem. She was going to either ride with me, and I always crank that thing up going as fast as it can go, or she was going to ride with the boys, and both of those options were bad. So she went on her own.
I went on my own, and so Zeb rode with my friend Lily, and then the boys rode together, and I rode all by myself.
Well, because Lily also wanted to go fast.
Yeah, I do not indeed want to go fast. It's not because I'm a wuss. It's because it gives me a headache.
All of her favorite rides were the fast ones.
Yeah, no, I've always loved roller coasters. Since I was a little girl, I've loved roller coasters. Okay, I'm putting this paint inlay down in here into my paint while it's wet. I get my washcloth, get the back wet. The DIY paint, if you've ever had problems with inlays, I feel like the DIY paint is going to be your friend because it works the best. The teacup was a nice, relaxing ride for me because I was by myself. I'm at this age in my life where I am fine to do things by myself if it means I get to do what I want.
You're coming over to the dark side.
Oh, Leslie doesn't care about the diabetes med. She needs a tinted moisturizer. Caitlin, can you go in my, if you scroll up, you can find it, or can you go into my Amazon and get the Elastin tinted moisturizer? Let me know if you can't find it. I'm just going to heat gun this a little bit before I flip it over.
That's what you can do this afternoon when I'm with the young men this evening. Oh, no, you're going to be at the football meeting. Never mind.
I have a football meeting.
You can get your Amazon store all loaded up.
Vivian says, I live in Scotland and have friends who are going to Disney in May, but I am not as keen as the older I get, the more I freak out. Okay, your Scottish friends, Vivian, if they've never been before, Americans are not good at queuing. So tell them to take a deep breath and a Xanax. Because Zeb and I, while we were there, and people were like holding line for other people and cutting in front of us and like just all over the place.
I'm like, there would be rioting in the streets of London if this was happening.
English people and Scottish people, I'm assuming Scottish are the same. Maybe I'm wrong, but it's like the all of UK is good at queuing. Disneyland is not. Nope, they're not good at queuing. And it's
full of kids who don't care or don't even know. Like they see the character they want and they just bolt for it.
Yeah. So just tell them to mentally prepare themselves. They're not, the Americans are not intentionally trying to be rude, but sometimes they just are. Thank you. We just put the link for the tinted moisturizer, Leslie. Lori says she tried Ozempic. I would never try Ozempic ever again. It made me sicker than I've ever been in my life. And I don't care if it makes you sick. It's not, nothing is worth that. So I definitely think it's worth trying a different one. I feel like the tirzepatide has worked well for me, but everybody's body is different. So you just got to see your doctor and get them to help you out. I probably should like do a brand deal with, our pharmacy we use is called Thrive. I think it's down in Arizona and they ship it to us. You have to have a prescription. Yes. You want the transfer. Caitlin, can you drop the link to Saint Germain, which is a transfer that you just rub on with a stick. And then I'm using Floriography, which is a paint inlay that I'm actually inlaying into the wet paint. Can you link those two?
Yeah, I think I'm almost there with this, and then we can go back to this knob that I did a mold for at the beginning.
Leslie, they should have different shades of the Elastin. So you would just need to order the darker one. So if you go to that link, but then you go from that link and you look for the other shades, like, you know how when you're on Amazon, there's like the actual brand, you can click on that brand and then you should be able to find other shades.
There it is. I got a butterfly in here I'm going to snag. I think there's a couple of them. Actually, I like this one better.
I find that the color I use works winter and summer, so it's not as critical. And I get significantly more tan in the summer, which is also nice. I don't.
You guys didn't know you were signing up for Beauty Talk with Jamie Ray.
Listen, people were asking me questions.
You know what's funny?
At least I'm not talking about food. People.
I don't know if Ellie did it or if Debbie sent it, but in their description of our class, it says Jamie Ray and Zeb.
Like it's my show, but Zeb's there too?
No, it has your first and last name. Like it's all, like that's your name. Like your name is Jamie Ray and then just Zeb.
I love Delissa. People are judgmental in opinion when it comes to trying to be healthy and looking good. Mind your own business, your health business. You know what's good for your health? Minding your own business.
Okay, butterflies on.
I feel like that's a good life lesson for social media in general. If you don't like what somebody's doing or saying, just mind your own business and scroll away.
Yeah, no one said you ever have to watch that again. And arguing with someone online fixes about zero things.
Especially on Facebook, the more you argue, the more Facebook will show you that kind of content. So we're going to have a lesson. This is what you do with your finger. When you're on your phone, you just swipe away. Or if you click the dot in the corner, you can say hide this, like if a random thing keeps popping up and you don't like it.
I do that with ads because I get a lot of like men's health ads. I guess I'm that age now. And usually they have younger women that aren't wearing a lot of clothes. I don't want to see that. So I just block like all day long.
Yeah, a lot of comments are bots. Caitlin is correct. They're not even real people. They're just there trying to stir up issues.
Okay, I'm ready for the reveal. We're going to get the hooks back on here. I'm going to wax it first before we put the hooks on, just so it's got a little covering, little sealer over the top of this transfer, because they're not sealed. It's not going to make it UV ray proof or anything like that. It's just going to seal it.
I'm ready to remove my first paint inlay here. And that nice image right there on the end. Look how pretty that is.
That is awesome. Here, let me show them close.
You got that
is it focusing?
It's covering my face. There you go.
There, it focused. And this side is still going. This is the difference between an inlay and a transfer. You got to put it into the paint and get it wet. I feel like I balanced that pretty decent. This side was really spindly, and I just kept adding pieces where I wanted them to be. And that whole transfer matches pretty well. So it came together pretty good, even though I ruined the other half that would have matched it perfect because I didn't have enough paint on there, and there was something under the paint I did put on the piece. Okay, back with the hooks.
Vivian says, we hate cues, but I personally would not allow anybody to jump in front of me. No chance. So my friend Lily, she's a Christian now. And she said, thank goodness I'm a Christian now, because this guy, so we've been in line for an hour, 1 hour. And it's one thing if you have to go to the bathroom and come back. We did that a lot. Like, hey, I got to go to the bathroom. And then we'd come back and hop in line. That's not an hour long. 1 hour. There was one lady in line in front of us. 20 people, I'm not kidding, hopped in line with her. And Lily said something, not rude.
I think it was more like 9.
Okay, maybe 10 people. It was a lot. And it wasn't like they had to go to the bathroom for an hour. And then Lily kind of said something. And then somebody else needed to hop in line with their group. And he's like, no judgment. We're a judgment-free zone here. And I'm like, Lily, you're a Christian woman now. You're a Christian woman. She's like, she was so good. Lily was my backup. Like if I ever had anybody ever mess with me, Lily had my back. Now, here's a few things with paint inlays. You will get a line where you cut it, right? So I like inlays that cover my whole project, or most of it. Like in this case, I had like a little bit up here, and you'll notice I just kind of feathered in some paint over the top of it. If you are going to cut and you're going to see that line in your DIY paint, make sure your lines are very straight. And then when you're putting it down, only get damp the area where the inlay is, and try really hard not to push where the line is. If you pull it off and you get a line, you can lightly sand the line in the DIY paint, swipe that off, and then feather in a very light coat of paint, not too much. And then that will hide what they call the panty line. You know, like when you're wearing underwear with your leggings, you get a line. That's kind of what shows up from inlays. But in this case, my inlay covered almost the whole area, so I just had to feather in the top, and you cannot tell. So,
put this on upside down. My butterflies.
Lori says sometimes being a Christian woman really gets in the way of things. Yes, Shannon, inlays do work with milk paint. You do need to be careful. Let's see, was that last Tuesday or last Wednesday? I did it into milk paint, and it is a little different. You want to make sure that you're not leaving it in there too long, because it will stick. And I would not put it into milk paint if you had a really slick surface underneath, because you have to get it wet to inlay it, and water will activate that milk paint and may make it chip uncontrollably. But if you're doing something very dry, or raw wood, then you can put inlay into a milk paint. Just don't let it dry completely. And you can kind of check the corner, put it down. I say 5 to 10 minutes tops.
We have had it where it gets really chippy, and it's kind of fun because it just looks like your image got crazy chippy.
We'll do this other side. This one's going to look more like labeling. Also, don't get your rag too wet. You can smear the inlay, which I had a little bit of smears on this one. Hence why I put a transfer in the middle. I solved my problem. I just hit it. It's kind of like when we mess up a transfer, we just put a butterfly over it.
I messed up and covered up all the holes where these go, and now I'm going to have to guess.
Well, Kim says, Lori, I don't think Jesus likes line jumpers either. Well, we did say something, but then we left it at that. We didn't cause any fights. This is petticoat pink, and it is not self-leveling. The DIY paint will have highs and lows in it. Just know that. And I have done inlays into the cottage color, but again, you have to be quick. All things require patience. Inlays definitely do. And the more you do, the better you're going to get at it. So let's make sure this one's nice and damp. See, there's a line where the paper ends here, and that's where I may have to touch that up a little bit with paint. Okay, that's working. Oh, that one right there. I feel like that needs to be a little more damp. Let's see if we can. This where it like has a lot of edges. It's hard. There we go. Perfect. Okay, this one's not as crisp, but it turned out pretty great. Look at that. You have to be okay with imperfections or don't use inlays, or you have to be better than I am at it. But I think those both turned out really cute. I'm going to heat gun this real quick. I don't think I have a line, but I might airbrush, like brush that a little bit. Milk paint is not like chalk paint. Milk paint is a milk paste paint that is made to crack and chip. And it's one of, if you want to know more about milk paint, if you go to our playlist, we have a milk paint playlist.
Some of those videos are pretty old. You could have a lot of fun.
Yeah. You want to see what I look like with glasses and bangs, look up that playlist. Okay. BJ says Ulta doesn't carry elastin, but Nava Beauty, N-A-V-A Beauty does carry it. Okay. I'm not really seeing any line here, so, but I'm going to go ahead and just hit that just to make sure and then dry that. It's still a little damp in a few spots, so I'm going to let this finish messing with it. All I got to do is lightly distress the edges, and then I'll just clear wax the whole thing. When you need to be very gentle when you wax it, because you could smear the inlay, but I can show you that this I was able to wax and it was fine. I am going to let this cure for a couple hours, and I'll put a second coat of wax over the inlay. All right. These I did DIY paint underneath, kind of like to get that first coat on there. And then I did a couple coats of the cottage color and vintage pink. And you can kind of see, I'll show you the difference between vintage pink and petticoat pink. And petticoat pink will get darker when it's waxed, but this is much lighter.
Here, bring it over so you can show them. There you go.
Okay.
All right, hooks are done. It's a lot more fun than it was before.
Okay, let's get back to this.
Okay,
I already have that out, but I really
so earlier, if you're just joining, we moved this knob was up here and there was nothing down here. And so I poured this mold. This is the IOD Wild Berries.
Zeb, I think you knocked over the sound.
I didn't touch anything up there.
The thing is missing. Where is it?
It's right over here. Is it just one person or a bunch
Caitlin
of
says,
people?
No, we have sound.
Yeah, it's on right here. It's going.
It's just Michelle Davis and Gabby said they couldn't hear.
Yeah, it's going. Might have to hop out and hop back in. All right, wild berries mold here. I'm just going to put this up above to cover up
Lori
those
said
holes.
they just lost us for a second. Okay, their feed skipped. Sorry.
Oh man, you can't even hardly see that on that white background. We got to get some color on here. Maybe you can see that better. I'm going to glue that down right now.
I'm using Madeline. I had to get a new one because I used every single element out of it already. I'm going to use this wreath with a butterfly on it on this tray because this tray has a little smaller surface area. Cynthia, if there's no sound, hop out and hop back in. Some people never
lost
lost
no sound,
it.
she can't hear you. Say that.
Oh, well, somebody could type that for me then.
Okay, so I'm using Gorilla Super Glue XL, the gel, and then Gorilla Contact Adhesive. The contact adhesive is my long-term hold. The super glue will let it hold pretty quickly so that I can continue working on the live stream. You don't necessarily have to use the super glue, but that's why we do it.
It just dries faster. I've also used like hot glue for the same reason, to just hold it in place.
Yep.
You can also tape it in place, I mean, while the contact adhesive dries. It must have been a glitch on the YouTube side because some people had it happen and some people didn't. So now I'm using the Madeline Paint Transfer. And if you see us use a stick, it's a transfer. If you see me get it wet, it's an inlay. Because occasionally I'll say the wrong word in a video. I notice that now when I'm editing. Vicky says, I'm loving the pink, so not her. Pink is good, Vicky. Come over to the pink side. I would have to say that most, especially in the spring, most of my pink things sell. Because it's harder to find pink stuff out in the decor world, in my opinion. And so the people that love pink, when they see it, they're like, oh my gosh, I have to have that. Because it's not something they're going to find as easily.
Now the question is, what color should I paint this? Because I'm probably going to paint the knob too, because it's a little garish. This whole thing is pretty cool, though. It's oak.
So,
because I want to do
that would be crazy, but I would do it all green and then bust out the barn red for the strawberries.
Okay.
And then white dry brush.
It's funny because I was like, I might just do garden sage on here, which we have.
Paint everything garden sage, then do on the strawberries barn red. I got a new one, and then white dry brush everything. This is vintage pink, and it is very light. The other pink is petticoat pink, and it's darker than vintage pink. And the petticoat pink will get even a little bit darker once it's sealed. So here is my image. And then where's the sandpaper? This is 80. Do we have any low grit?
It's almost worn out. But
that's all right. I just need a little bit to just pulling the paint off of this rosy edge here. That's not going to work so well. I'm going to probably have to work hard. Let me sit down for this. Cortrina got her dough bowl bunnies and she loves them. We actually did get more dough bowl bunnies in stock, but they're smaller and less expensive. So if you didn't get a dough bowl bunny and you want it, we have smaller ones in stock that you can pick up and you can paint with your own paint. I may paint a few of them for people that want them painted. I might do the same like I did before. We'll see how far I get. Don't hold your breath because I say I'm going to do things and then I just don't have time. PJ says her bedroom is pink and a lot of the decor came from us. Awesome. Thank you, Caitlin. So these are the super mini dough bowls. They're about that big. And they're little bunnies. They're really cute. We also got heart-shaped dough bowls. They're about that big. Those just came back in stock and we sold a few in the store already this morning. Which mold are you using?
This is wild berries.
Wild berries. And I'm using the Madeline Transfer currently. And I'm just distressing this edge a little bit, but I think I might do a white plaster dry brush over these roses because I really want them to pop. This paint is sticking on there very good. Part of it's my fault because I used DIY paint in addition to the cottage color, and it is like a dry on there.
So I'm kind of using my brush once it runs out of paint to pull some of this paint back out of all this detail. Otherwise, I'm going to be all day waiting for that to dry.
Do we have the mini zebra brushes, like the little mini pack back in stock, or the medium artist brushes? I do like these.
They're super handy for painting little details.
There we go. This is still not giving me enough contrast, so I might come back through with some clear wax and then dark wax. I have to seal the transfer anyways. Let me bring back some of that shine. So I'm just dry brushing over the top of the detail. In real life, you'll be able to see it, but on camera, you're probably not going to be able to pick up the can you even see that I'm putting cream on the edge of that? Just know that it's there. I'm rubbing it back because I'm trying to bring out some of the shiny part where I distressed it. We do have some really nice fans and viewers. Obviously, we can't control everybody that comes on here, so I can't promise they're always going to be nice, but thus far, everybody's been pretty friendly. Occasionally, we have a bot that comes in here to stir up problems, and we just block them. Oh, Lisa's working on a bunch of projects. She's using water lily and painting a basket. She's getting ready for a birthday festival and a Mother's Day fair.
A Mother's Day fair. That's
Cynthia's making French bread and lasagna for dinner.
Oh, Cynthia.
I want to make chili relleno casserole. I bought the chili, so I kind of have to, but I don't know if I'll do that today because we're going to be all over different places.
Is that why we had all those chilies?
Uh-huh.
I had no idea. I'm like, what are these chilies for?
They are. Eventually,
someone's
meal.
feeling ambitious.
It's not that hard. You chop them up.
The week after being gone, though, I don't have time to do anything.
I know. We'll see how far I get.
So I was cruising on the cottage, and I had jokingly told people that I thought I wanted to be done by the end of February, and I was thinking about it. Had we not had to take a week to get ready to be gone for a weekend, and then the catch-up weekend afterwards, I probably would have been close-ish. But we're still probably a month out. We're gonna get back over there this weekend and finish up all the plumbing and the electrical. It's almost there. I have to move a pipe that it has an old metal drain system that's not the black ABS pipe for the sewer. And I need to either move the culinary water that's coming in because it's in the way of that, or I need to move that because it's right where the stove is going to go. And I won't be able to push the stove back up against the wall if I don't move it.
Yeah, Caitlin is on here dropping links. She was gone earlier. In case you didn't catch that. So I'm just wiping back this dark wax. I'm finally happy with how it's showing up on the edges. Yeah. Even though this has cottage color on it, I went ahead and put clear wax on it because I needed to seal it anyways, and I wanted to give myself a little extra barrier with the dark wax so I had more control.
Okay, I'm going to come show you guys up close. Feels like it could be scary, but second coat, we should get about full coverage on there.
I don't think anybody's scared by, well, it might be, but paint should not be scary. It's just paint. I need more paper towels. Rex, what are you doing?
He's just watching you.
My big dog Rex is over there giving me the eyes like, hey, I'm here and you haven't pet me for at least a few hours.
He's up having his morning nap. He's hiding under the bed.
Yeah. We had a lot of people ask us why we don't have a bed skirt. That our big fluffy black golden doodle is why, because he loves to hang out under the bed. Now this is not perfect. I've got a little bit of texture because I started with DIY paint. So if you don't like texture, then look away, but I like the way it turned out. And then I used the vintage pink over the top. And then I used the plaster, just dry brush it over those flowers to lighten them a little bit, and then finish that with dark wax. And this is done. I will, after we're not live anymore, come back through probably with a magic eraser and clean up the underside of this because it is a little messy. As we said, the sound went out again. Kayla, will you type to go back out and back in?
I don't think it's on our end. Everything looks like it's working good with the mic. Are you typing that?
What? No.
Oh.
They can hear us just fine. So it's probably just certain people. Did you paint the first coat red? Hold on. No.
This was white underneath. That's the way it came from the thrift store. Had a couple.
YouTube. Oh, Kim says that her coworker's watching something on YouTube and it's doing the same thing. So that explains it. Yep. Cut out this one. Yeah.
Oh, I forgot the top.
YouTube's working in California or Canada. I don't know what the CA is for.
Usually Canada.
So. Okay, so this part is also from the Madeline. I'll put that on here. You can measure before you put down in transfers. I usually can eyeball it pretty good. I'm getting better. Is Zeb going to dark oil wax his project?
Maybe, I don't know on this one because I'm going with some red on the berries.
We don't want it to look like the berries have turned.
This knob is really shiny, almost like a chrome though, so I don't know how well it's going to hold the paint. It'll probably just get distressed and aged as it wears.
What time is it? Do we even know?
No.
Oh, it's 1:30.
1:30 already. Boy, the day just goes by.
Right? I have 1, 2, 3, 4 more projects we got to get done. So I think we can do it. What we might have to do if we want to go to that basketball game is pre-record for Waste Not Wednesday after this. And then
The
after
boys made it to
basketball game
playoffs while we were
tomorrow-
gone in California. Well, they were in playoffs barely because they did well enough in region play.
Yeah, after the basketball game, we'll be in Salt Lake so we can thrift for Thursday.
And now they're in
then-
quarterfinals somehow. We told channel members this, but they didn't have like their best year ever. They played hard. They lost. They didn't lose by like a couple games. One game they lost by pretty bad, but most were pretty close games. So they can if they pull it together and play together, they can do good. But it's not what the season record will show if you look at that.
Okay,
But they got a game like in the morning tomorrow.
I'm just clear waxing this. And then off camera, I'm going to get a magic eraser and clean up the paint on the back. So both of these are done with the Madeline. The only difference is this one. I did a white.
White is not wanting to go all the way away. It's kind of like like when I pulled a chunk of it off, it almost seems like it's like an oil-based paint that was underneath here.
It was really gunky. I really like this. I didn't really get a chance to look at this, but this
yeah, it turned out good, huh?
Yeah, and I'm glad I grabbed the Saint Germain. Some transfers like Saint Germain and Lost Garden, which I also pulled, work better to make a long, skinny design. Like they're kind of spindly, so you can like layer it on. Okay. Oh, we also have that to do. I'm gonna get started on this because this is gonna be situational, which I knew before I got started. It's gonna be worth the situation. I'm gonna probably start with crinoline as like almost like a primer, and then I'll put some plaster over the top of it. You both are quiet today?
Quiet?
Like the sound is quiet, or
we're not talking as much as we usually do? We got all our words out in the beginning of the live stream. It was a lively conversation about health and beauty.
Heather, let us know what Amazon link you need. Caitlin's on here. She might be able to drop it for you. We did drop them earlier if you want to scroll back, but it kind of gets a little buried. The pink tray is pretty. Jamie, are you putting on wax? Yes, I did clear wax, and then that's done. Just to seal the transfer. The paint already has a built-in sealer. Okay. This is DIY Paints crinoline. It's clay-based, a little thicker. We'll just lay down a base coat of this and then go over the top of it with plaster that has a built-in sealer, and then I'll be ready to put a transfer on this.
Okay, I'm satisfied with that coverage there.
That looks good. I might do the edges a little bit. But
I'm going to distress,
okay,
yeah. And it's all goopy over there from the whatever
stupid
paint.
oil-based paint that was on there.
Yeah. I'm guessing you don't have the barn quilt out.
Yes, I do.
Oh, you do?
I just got some new because we were out of it. So it's one of the colors I got.
Where's that at?
Mary Angela says, if you don't paint the berries and just dark oil wax, I would be thrilled. Mary Angela's the one who bought it. Do you want to just dark oil wax it? I actually think even if he doesn't dark oil wax it, Mary Angela, we really need to dry brush cream.
It just goes away. So I was going to do the blossoms in like plaster and just the berries in red.
Dry brush it with plaster and see what happens first. Because for sure, at bare minimum, it needs a dry brush.
Really wanted to paint the berries.
Cynthia says, I have red appliances in my kitchen and red countertops, vintage white stove with red knobs. Cute. Cute, cute.
Do we have a plaster brush out that's not?
Yes. That one?
That one.
Or you could also use this one, works okay for dry brushing.
It's too small.
For little elements.
Oh, I wasn't going to just dry brush.
Oh, you're going to dry brush the whole thing?
Yeah.
I would just dry brush just this.
All right. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. It has to pass Jamie's quality control. I have leadership skills.
And I
Sometimes he
have
does-
non-follower skills, so
I
it
was
usually
gonna say,
ends up how I
sometimes he tells
want
me
it.
no. It does happen. But that, I mean, that is looking good with the white. We'll show you.
Yep, it's working out. The red berries would have brought it full into the cottage vibe, but this is fun too.
Well, and it's also easier to not have to paint them. It is a little complicated. I have done some where I painted the berries red, and it does look very, very cute. As soon as I get a coat of crinoline and neutralize this yellow here, I will. No, I might do another coat of crinoline and then just one coat of plaster.
This brush was very, very dry when I got started. I didn't even dip it back in. It's just been sitting over here in this baggie.
Annette says, I have smaller trays that you remade. They turned out nice. Oh, were they the little ones, the little oval ones? Those ones were fun.
Well, I don't know how much distressing I'm going to get out of this.
I missed a whole spot over here. Lori says she loves your t-shirt. Mary is trusting the process. It actually, the white dry brush will make it match the distress that you're doing. I'm just glad that that knob is painted a different color. That knob was not my favorite. I actually saw that piece the week before at the store that we bought it from.
Was that Goodwill just hanging out?
And I was like, no, I can't do that knob. And then Zeb bought it, and I was like, okay, well, I'll try. It's kind of like Zeb doesn't like it when I buy these. He's like, why do you keep buying those? Look how cute
I buy
that
them
is.
occasionally, but usually they're not easy to paint because they are metal and shiny.
But yeah, here I am painting it. I actually think that they're not that hard to paint as long as you use like DIY paint first, or you can use primer. The primer helps. You have to, if you just go straight cottage color on metal, you're going to be doing a lot of coats. It will work, but
Now that we just went white, I probably could do some dark wax on here.
yeah, she wants dark oil wax.
Is that?
We have dark oil wax.
Can they see this? Jamie.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they can see it.
Okay. We were deep in thought reading over there.
You have to go to the paint brand themselves and then contact them for the paint. That's how you would sign up for a wholesale account. Lori says she loves that.
All right.
Five die must be behind. She said no line jumping in Canada. They don't really consider it line jumping because somebody's holding their place. But if you've been gone for an hour, that's not.
It is line jumping because then you're just
you
displaced like now I have to wait for an extra round of rides to go through.
It actually wound up being in our elevator on Guardians. Pro Blonde says, stop with the dark oil wax. That's all right. It's coming.
The dark oil wax is my favorite.
I wonder if some people, I'm sure she knows because she did both of them, but some people know like when if you type in all caps, it's like equivalent to yelling at somebody. Yeah, I think this is good. It's almost dry.
So this is a sealer. Didn't need to be sealed because the cottage color had sealer, but this is going to be decorative sealer.
Because it's going on sealer though, that the dark oil wax will like
it sits on top. It doesn't absorb down in.
It's not going to be like the same like a dark wax. You know what I mean? Like it's not going to be as noticeable. It'll be a subtle effect. All right, now I'm coming through with the cottage color and plaster. That's just going to add my little sealer on there. Hey, Rockin' Robin. You're late, but you're just in time because we're still painting. Not so late that we're not live anymore. Plaster and crinoline are very similar. Crinoline is a little bit more yellow than plaster. Plaster is more of a brown cream.
All right.
Now, when you paint over bright colors like yellow, red, whatever, it is possible that a little bit of that could peek through at some point if it like chips off the edge or whatever, and that's fine by me. But the bulk of it is covered.
Okay, we're going to give this a quick wipe back.
If you're using oil wax, you've got to use a degreaser, and you can even use a paint thinner on your brush to get it off. We usually just use a lot of warm soapy water, and then that becomes an oil wax brush, and we don't use it for paint. Because it's
this one is small enough, I'll be able to get it all out. But like the bigger brushes, they'll hold it deep down in the bristles, and after a time or two, they get kind of crunchy if you're not getting it out good.
Kim says, I love dark oil wax. And that says, keep buying those fancy stands. Love how you make them so beautiful. One day she hopes she gets one. Well, I'll just keep buying them when I find them. I mean, originally they came from the Hobby Lobby. That's where they're all from.
I'll sand this off when we're not live and paint that green. I don't like to paint the backs if we're trying to get a finished look done for you guys. I mean, it's going to sit and hang on a wall, but I'll clean that up.
Yeah, you get that off. I got some things I got to do on mine too. My platters, I'm going to take the pink off the back.
I mean, it still has the Goodwill tag down here on the bottom.
Oops. I think I caught that. When I painted from the other side, it like dripped through the like lacy detail.
Okay, that's where we're at. It's where it's going to live.
Have I used the crackle? Yeah, I have. Not for a long time.
If you just look up Jamie Ray Vintage Crackle, it'll bring it up.
I have used it.
We used it on a dresser since we've had the shop, so within the last like 3 or 4 years, but usually we like to just let the paint do what it's going to do.
Yeah, but you can use it under other paints.
Yeah.
I have used it.
All right.
It is not a new product or technique.
Okay. This is getting stamped, I think.
Now that it's dry, I can see a little bit of the crinoline underneath where I missed coverage. I'm just going to hit that just to make sure it's all covered with the sealer. Same thing on the front. Watching from Rhode Island, unexpected day off. They got 30 inches of snow. So
Rhode Island got hit. Massachusetts, they have been having like rolling power outages across the east with that big nor'easter that came through in the
Bond
northeast.
stops crackle. Extra bond sometimes makes it not crackle as much. But then we have a crackle medium that you put down a coat of paint, put down the crackle, put down another coat of paint, and when it dries, it cracks the top coat. So you can see the base coat through all the crackle.
I think I'm going to make this look like advertising.
Okay.
I think that's going to be the plan.
I have neutralized the yellow and the black. It looks like a lace doily to me. Now I gotta find the perfect transfer to fit in my little oval here.
All right, so I've got the new emblem stamp out. It's new a couple weeks ago. And I don't even know if we've used this yet.
The painted photographer has been using the Bond underpaint. It probably works the same as the crackle.
Anything that creates a resist is going to make that
I don't
paint.
tend to watch other creators a lot. Debbie, I do, but that's just because we're friends and I want to know, like in real life, we're really good friends. But I try not to watch other creators because I feel like then you copy them. And there's no new ideas under the sun, right? Like we've all seen a lot of these things done a billion times, but it just helps me stay a little bit in my own lane.
Okay, so I'm using two different stamps, the emblems and the apothecary labels.
Oh, that's perfect. This is from Madeline. This is going to be perfect on there. And the question is, where's my stick? The last two makeovers, I have trouble understanding Jamie's. That is fine. Caitlin, can you hear me? Let me know. We did just buy new mics. These should be working great. They were not cheap. These are the more expensive mics that we used to use all the time.
Both are picking up right here. I think if are you watching on YouTube? Because YouTube's been having a struggle.
If you're watching on YouTube, it probably could be that. Caitlin says she can hear me great. So you might have to hop out and hop back in. Live videos are live videos. We can't control technical difficulties. We do our best to try to mitigate any sound issues. But again, that's just the way live videos are. It's a lot better than a lot of people that do live videos and don't mic up or anything. Sometimes that sound can be tough. And we also have really phenomenal, we pay for like super high-end internet. We have fiber now. And so we can stream a lot easier.
Okay. So I've got a big mat that I stole from another stamp. You can get the mats separately if you have like a big layout that you need to do. I'm going to wipe it down because it's not feeling very sticky. They actually don't have any sticky on them. Just the silicone will stick to them if they're clean.
And all I'm going to do with this is clear wax it and then I'm done.
Okay, and then I need to dry that off. You don't actually want it to be wet, and they'll stick better.
Ta-da! I'm seeing a little bit on the back where I missed it with the plaster. I'm going to hit that. And because plaster is a built-in sealer, all I need to do was wax over the transfer and I'm done.
Okay.
Super cute. Moving on to this frame. Did you buy this or did I buy this?
That's yours.
Me?
Yep.
Did I do that?
You did it.
This frame is situational. Take the glass out. If the glass comes out, I will take it out because then I'll have to fix it later. What if I leave the green but just cover that? The heck? I was so busy I didn't see the sticker on it. Oops. You know what I'm making? I'm making a mess, guys. Got way too much paint on my brush.
I'll show you guys up close before I go to stamp this so you guys can see what I'm doing over here. It's kind of small little elements on these stamps. Okay.
I'm going to paint the back of this when I'm done. They didn't have the back finished originally, but I think it just might be easier.
Sometimes painting it's easier than doing the cleanup.
Yeah. Yep. So I got paint where I didn't want it here, but I can fix that because it's DIY paint. So I can use a damp rag and get it off there. This is crinoline. Oh, I know what. I want to use a paint inlay on this. I'm going to use Portofino. I think it'll be pretty, those lemons.
Oh yeah, that would be really good on there. But that, are you leaving that inside kind of turquoisey?
Teal? Yep. But I'm going to, as soon as it's dry, I'm going to come back with a damp rag and fix it. Oh, I'm not very precise with this brush, Lisa. You're being very kind. I got it over the edge a little, but that's all right. I can fix it. I would have been more careful if I wasn't using DIY paint. Like if I was using cottage color, I would just use like a little brush, like I like this one.
I'm going to cheat. I have 2 of these label packs so that we can use multiple letters out of them. So just ignore the fact.
You have 2 of those label packs because I forgot we had one and I brought another one home.
So I got to go grab my other one. Oh, here it is. I put velveteen. Put them in the wrong boxes. So it's going to make it really easy to make my words.
I've also painted like tens of thousands of things, so it does help with precision. But I promise you, if you look at my work, if you've never seen my work in real life, I promise you, if you look at it, you can tell that it was done by a human. It is definitely not perfect. And I have learned to embrace that. I feel like sometimes we want things to be so precise, but like that's the human nature is in the imperfections. It's actually why I've really been loving reading Rachel Ashwell's books, because she started in the 80s before shabby chic was a thing. And she loved like the textile. Her mom was a doll fixer. I don't know if you know that. And she loved like all the imperfections and all the repairs that her mom would do on the dolls. And that got her into textiles and whatnot. And I love the imperfect, distressed look. And people say, oh, it's going to go out of style. Well, then I guess I'll just be out of style, because for 25 years of marriage, and even before that, when I decorated my house as a teenager, this is what I've loved. I don't want that. Move that out of the way so I don't dip in the wrong one. Okay, so I just used water and I got the paint off of it because DIY paint is water soluble. I could have also lightly distressed it. The reason why I made a mess earlier is because I had too much paint on my brush.
Okay, the building is going well.
I'm going to do another coat of this, and then I'm going to grab my Portofino inlay, cut what I need to cut. I don't know if that's going to work well with this. We'll see, because I've got this hole in the middle.
I don't know that this has been seasoned. That felt like the first time that came off. It takes you a minute to build this up, but the nice thing about the stamps is once I have this on the mat, I can just stamp it, stamp it, stamp it. That's kind of what I did with these little planter.
Yeah, Zeb did all the pots.
You don't want to sand too much. You just want it to be rough enough it'll pick that ink up and hold it and not be slick. And what it'll do is it'll pool up and you won't get a crisp image, which sometimes can be a trick when you're stamping, depending on the surface you're stamping on. All right, so I just had a crown. Where did I go with that?
Yes, Rachel Ashwell is who started Shabby Chic. I actually have not one, but 4 Rachel Ashwell books in the shop. I've been reading them. And then I also got one called French, I think it's like French Flair. And that book is written by a gal named Fifi O'Neill, I think is her name. But the books are really great. If you go to New to JRV, you should be able to find all the new design books. I really like them. You can also look up, there's videos on how Rachel Ashwell has done her home in, I think it's in Cotswolds in England. It's very good. But yes, she is who started that. And I mean, I couldn't have started Shabby Chic because it started in 1989 and I was 7. But she also, I love it. She was a mom. She had her kids. She was, I think she was a single mom, if I remember correctly. And she was hustling. She started a business in LA area. And I think she had her very first little booth at the Rose Bowl flea market.
Okay, so this is the back side of this. This is the side you're going to put the ink on, but you can kind of see the layout. It might be backwards for you. I don't know if we're backwards today, but it is spelled front to back right. So that's the nice thing about the stamps. You can just lay them down and spell them looking at you the way you want them to be, and then just put them back down. Okay, we're going to use white ink. I like the color on this little tote. All right, your mom put the dogs out. Now he's just woofing back here. It's not even cold. What are you doing? Whiny pants? Oh, you want to play? Where's your partner in crime? There he is. Come on in. Okay.
Rachel Ashwell probably doesn't get royalties on anybody saying Shabby Chic because it's like chalk paint. It's a word that everybody uses. You can't like copyright that, but I don't think you could use it in a product name. I think she probably has I would assume she has that copyrighted. Okay, I actually have some Rachel Ashwell pajamas from Next. I like.
Oh no.
What?
I lost my A off of here. That's a little dusty.
I don't know exactly why Rachel doesn't have her stores here in the States anymore. But I think she's also gone to other people doing stuff because social media is a whole nother world. And I feel like she's kind of pulled away from stuff because of that. I don't want to waste.
I feel like she's like listening to her, watching her, because I get to listen to what Jamie watches. She seems like she's just kind of like going into retirement mode.
Yeah.
She's big enough. Other people can run most of her business and she can still make a decent living, not having to be like boots on the ground every day. And she is. All right, we're going to get this stamped right now. I might angle the camera down so you can see me doing this.
I'm just cutting a little bit inside the middle of this inlay. I probably shouldn't be because it's probably going to waste it. But
I shifted a little.
I need to be able to go over. This little lip is causing me some stress. Well, let's see what happens.
But I didn't shift that much, so we're just going to redo this one little part and then try not to shift on the next one because I'm going to do it on all of the sides.
I'm laying down another coat of crinoline.
I may have also had too much ink on here.
That's cute. I wasn't paying a lick of attention to what you're doing. Are you using white ink?
Yep. All right, I fixed most of the shifting. We'll distress it and get the rest of it. If I wanted to, I could come back and put a little tiny, like 1 or 2 or Roman numerals or something in there. Because the apothecary labels one has that all in it, like all the Roman numerals and things. I did Roman numeral on this one. So this is the so these 2 elements here are from the apothecary labels, and this one is from Velveteen. And this is painted in crinoline because we did this on another video, so you wouldn't know that.
Might turn out a little wrinkled. We'll find out. Because of this lip. And if I get any paint inlay where I don't want it, like on that turquoise part, I can get it off with water because this inlay is water soluble.
I'm going to heat gun this real quick because I want it to be dry when I flip it over to stamp the other side.
I need to tell the IOD gals that I need a whole like inlay with just lemons in it. This one only has 1 sheet.
All right, but now you see if I was doing more stuff, I have my layout. Now I'm just going to put some more ink on here and we're going to go. Sometimes you can make it look a little fuzzy or like you shifted if you push too hard, which like usually you could just roll it on and do it. I might use Jamie's brayer to make sure I'm getting even pressure across.
Make sure your surface is flat.
Okay, just loading this back up with ink.
Thanks. Gypsy says our last 3 videos have been amazing. The last few videos where we kill ourselves painting buckets in the end. But you know what? We're getting so many projects done and a lot of them have been selling. It's worth it. SD Girl says I really like that. I think that's the perfect application for the white ink on the navy. It's a really good blend.
Or like you definitely want to do it on black colors. It does not show up well on anything like short of like a navy or a black. You might be able to see it okay on like that garden sage or juniper would be good, like a darker green.
I'm just heat gunning this. I'm forcing this inlay to dry faster than it's supposed to. I wouldn't suggest this, but it's what I'm doing. Could I lay that into top coat? Yeah, it wouldn't really make it any easier though. It works just fine into the DIY paint. The problem is there's like this lip here, so it's not going to get super close to the edge. That's all right.
I'm going to use these this other ink to hold that up where I want it so that it doesn't tip over while I plop this on here.
Okay, I got this wet again. Someday I'll use a Mr. bottle as you're supposed to, but.
So we had a little bit of wood grain on this one, which is perfect because it's making it look old. The stamp didn't go all the way down on all of them.
Oh, it's getting in there. Okay, okay, it's kind of working. It might look like old wallpaper because like I said it's kind of not getting down over this edge, so we'll see. Really want it to be cute though. Okay, let's see if we do this. Oh, no, that edge needs to be more wet. I'm gonna
that's not, we got some ink from looks like my hand.
What?
I had some ink on my hand and I touched it.
I did inlays perfectly earlier on channel membership, no problemo. Now I'm gonna screw up on my 1 sheet of lemons. I need you to work. I just whispered to it, so maybe it'll work now. All right.
So this crown has a peacock element, or I think that looks like a peacock.
It worked good enough.
We could put that up here on the handle No, I think that's got enough going on. I'm going to leave it. Going to heat gun them real quick and distress them, and then it's
If I would have
permanent
left it
ink.
longer, I think it would have worked a little darker, but I like the distress on that, so I'm going to call it good. Sorry, what were we saying?
Oh, I'm just going to heat gun this and distress it. I was going to do more elements maybe up on the handle, but I think it'd be too much. Sometimes less is more. And this is now branded.
I'm drying this so I can seal it. It was hard because of this lip here. I couldn't get my inlay to lay flat, which was problematic. But I like the old wallpaper look, so it works for me. I'm going to show you guys a different one I did where I was able to get it flat in the inlay. So this is the paint inlay, and I was able to get the inlay completely flat. This is how it came out. This is how it came out when I couldn't get it completely flat, but I love it. I also love the like turquoise inner ring that I left. I think that's really fun. What I don't know is what I'm going to put inside this paper-wise that we have that's going to match. I did not think that far ahead.
Okay.
We just said okay at the same time.
I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, I got to get this all back together. I'm going to lose all these little parts. They come with these fun little, these ones have like their own little sleeve to store them in. It's nice. I like these little packs a lot. I like they're really versatile too, especially unless you're doing like a big piece of furniture. These little packs work so good for little thrift flips.
Well, we need to do some furniture because IOD makes some great all over designs. I was looking today as I was picking out which paint transfers I wanted to bring because I needed to restock my little stash here. I was like, we need to do some big pieces.
It's also nice because they
a recipe would be cute too, but I don't have a recipe paper.
They label the backer so you know where these go, like what stamps that they go with. I actually ended up using 3 stamp sets. I used velveteen and emblems and apothecary labels. Sorry, guys.
Oh.
You melting the plastic onto that?
Yes, I am. Just painting the back of this. But I put this down because I didn't want to possibly ruin my cute little lemons that I have on this one side. You're the paper guy. What do we got that's going to go with my lemons?
What do you mean? Like, what are you doing on the front of that?
It's lemons.
Oh, what paper? I have a bowl of lemons.
Well, yeah, but that would be too. I feel like that would be lemon on lemon.
That's too
lemon on lemon, man.
You could do like some floral in there.
I'm gonna see what we got over here.
There might be some scraps over there somewhere. All right, now I don't know which stamp I got this piece out of. Doing too much stuff, too many things over here.
I actually like this. Is this from this month's subscription? Zeb?
Yes.
Okay.
So the one she's about to show you, you can still get until March 12th.
Wow. I might show you. Oh, yeah.
It's good colors. Good. It's like yellow.
The coloring is perfect.
It's got yellow floral. And
I'm going to get the bunny in there too.
And the bunny in the building is yellow.
So if you were to do what I did, but you let it dry completely and you have a flat surface and not a turquoise ridge, then you would get a much deeper paint color on your project. Laura says she loves our blue and white bowl lemon paper.
Oh.
Me too. It actually took a while because
that was Jamie's. That was all Jamie. I'm like a bowl of lemons. This was my face.
And then-
But it's
then
one
we
of
have
our
to get it
best-selling
just
papers.
right.
I have to print some almost every week.
Vicky would like everybody to give us a thumbs up. If you're on YouTube, we'd
Thanks,
like you
Vicky.
to hype this live video.
Yeah. Hype us up with all your hype points. Obviously, spread them around how you want, but I'll take them if you're just letting them sit there. It helps YouTube know that we're a fun channel that makes consistent content, which is, I think, the hard part. Like a lot of places, a lot of guys I watch, like once a month, twice a month, maybe. Like I've moved on and watched 33 other influencers by now. I still go back and watch them. I don't move on. I have my favorites.
I have a bunch of people I watch. I watch Chateau Diaries. I watch Exo McKenna. I watch Homeworthy, which is just like a bunch of people's different houses. I like that. I watch Positano Diaries. I think that's what that one's called.
Yeah,
And
she's
an English lady in Italy with her Italian husband.
Yeah. That's fun because he doesn't speak great. Well, he actually does speak pretty good English.
Plenty good English.
He just doesn't like to do it on camera because he doesn't think
he's
he
not
speaks
confident
good
in his English, but
I understand him just fine. And it's funny because sometimes he'll just be going and he'll mix Italian words in, and then sometimes he'll like start out with like an English sentence, and then by the time he's done with the sentence, it's all in Italian. She dubs it underneath for him, so it's fine.
Zeb likes him because he just got a digger.
Yeah, he got himself a tractor.
Yeah, Chateau Diaries, she is a British expat, but he is from like some Norwegian country, her boyfriend, but she's the OG.
She's been doing it like 20 years on that chateau.
Are you and Grandma going somewhere? Oh, Dilly has school.
Is it time for school already? What? All right, I got all of my stamps back together. I had 2 apothecary labels, which was getting tricky to like not mix and match those and make sure I have the right alphabets with the right labels.
I'll seal that later.
I don't know if we're going to be able to get clean enough to show you guys all the projects. I've been trying to pick up over here.
I don't know that I follow Canterbury Cottage, but I didn't know she was going to be on Homeworthy. That's awesome. Homeworthy would stretch me out because I'd have to like finish a bunch of projects. I don't like to.
Hey, you know what? That's the best way to get the house done.
I don't think my house is worthy to be on Homeworthy. We're like, you can only film this angle of this side. And you can't go in any of my kids' rooms because it's their private area. Maybe Eliza would let people look at her room if it got it redecorated. Dun, 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 dun. The bunny's just peeking out of the corner over there, and that's like the cutest thing ever. All right.
Let me see. Oh, yep. That turned out good. Okay. And that print worked well with that. I didn't think it was going to go with lemons. The yellow is right.
No, it has some yellow undertones in it. So I'm just using clear wax, guys, and I'm not pushing too hard, not overworking the wax. You can always come back and add more. But if you put too much wax on there or push too hard, you're going to smear your inlay. But there we go. Boom. See how that brightened up too when I sealed it? I still have to wax that other pink box, but I'll do that later. Or that bunny. I'll do that off camera.
Boy, we made 4 hours of live streams and we make a pretty decent mess.
Yeah.
It's like paper towels falling all over the edge.
I'm going to just wax this back because it's going to look weird. It's going to get wax over the back or two.
Are you going to do clear wax on that?
I already did.
Oh.
I'm just
There's the lid for that.
It's got a little bit of, I may come back after the wax dries and lightly distress the edges because the sides are a little distressed too. But see the back I painted, even though they didn't have it finished. The front's done. Okay, the only thing we have to do now is this little thing. I think I'm going to leave this on and not repaint it and just put a transfer over the metal part because
right over the top.
The metal part covers the whole thing. So if I put a transfer underneath it, you're not going to see any of it. And that's lame.
Yeah.
So let's see what we can do. I'll just make more mess while you clean up the mess that I already did.
It's okay. We gotta pick it up.
Usually it's you still working.
We got to pick it up for the next. Well, I only did 3 projects, but I had to basically do that one twice because I went to go transfer on it and it peeled up.
It happens. So I just cut my transfer so I could get around this hook. And I'm just getting in there with my transfer stick. Now it's going to be a diva and not want to stick. It's always a little dangerous when you're transferring on something that's already not painted by you. I don't know what they sealed that with. Got it. It'll be easiest to get the transfer to stick to the metal part. Work out there. Okay.
Are you going to need more of this transfer?
I don't know. I guess not, because you're cleaning it up.
Yep. Took too long.
I can't get this flower to stick. There we go. It's the pre-painted surfaces. They're the worst. It's sticking just great on this metal.
Probably had some wax or something on there.
All right,
always wax last.
Floral. You guys see that? But now I got to put some floral on the bottom. So I might need that back.
Okay, it's just right there.
I'm going to use the little piece from this here. I'll show you guys in a second once I get it the way I want it. Do you have any little scrappy doos from yours, or did you throw them all away?
I had a couple little sides, but they like touched the drop cloth and they were all messed up.
All right. I don't think I'll need another one. I'm making good use of my scraps.
Okay. All your little corners.
Yeah. I just needed to bring that design down a little bit.
All right, mostly picked up.
Now I can bring all the project
You're
forward.
gonna wax that? Yeah, I'm bringing them forward so they can see them.
All right, there we go. Cute. It's all floral. And I really like the floral best on the black part. I buff the wax on some things, guys, but if it's over paint inlay, I'm going to let that wax sit for a while, and I'm going to barely hit that. You don't want to be like pushing that too hard. So I just come back like on all these little projects, and I'll come back and hit that with a little rag, lint-free rag. Gypsy's lamp has shipped. Which lamp did you get? Did you get the big one that we just bought? The pretty lampshade. He's going to move the camera. Lori says you don't have to buff it. Yes, you don't. If you don't put too much on there, you don't have to buff it. even though it says you do. Do you have to seal all these still, Zeb, or did you seal them all?
Oh no, they're all sealed up. Those are in another video, but you can show
I
them.
think I'd show them anyways.
We showed a lot of the same techniques. They're just painted and stamped.
All right. I think that's everything, yeah? All right.
Yep.
Phew.
All right.
So we used a lot of paint inlays and transfers. I'm hoping the more inlays that we use, that you guys will become more confident in using them yourselves, especially when you watch me do them live. Like, I am not doing anything that I'm not telling you that I'm doing. Like, there's no secrets. Janka says she loves the rack. The hooks. Yeah, the St. Germain transfer was really, really good on that one.
A little bunny hiding in the corner down there. Okay, I think that's everything in the mess.
Yep. If you guys need paint products, visit JamieRayVintage.com. And if you like this video, be sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to Jamie Ray Vintage for more
DIY
and thrifting. We'll see you guys on the next episode. Bye, you guys.